And ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves another update on XRP. So if you're holding or you're interested in whatever's going on, make sure you watch this video, make sure you press the like button on this video, and let's dive in. So I'd say the most important thing that basically went around right now in the Ripple XRP community is their 2024 Q1 markets report. And I guess it's mostly important because over the past couple of weeks, the criticism and the division in the community has been at one of the highest levels. Again, notable market developments in Q1 include continued US demand for Bitcoin spot ETFs, some massive volume growth, which again coincides with almost every other crypto, key regulatory and legal updates, that's more particular, and technical blockchain upgrades, including AMM on the XRP ledger. And I'd say this report is nice and all for a lot of people that have been waiting on the, hey, what are the fundamentals looking like? Have they changed? Has our reason to hold changed? From Ripple's side of things and from the XRP technical side of things. But let's be real. If we're talking a little bit more market centric, a little bit more on topic of where we are in the cycle and where consumer sentiment is at, I think Luke had a pretty on point opinion, but I can't say I agree with it. I am just saying that what he is saying right now is what I see in the comment section all the time. Let me elaborate. Talk is cheap. Hot air. Show me price movement. No more charts, no more blathering on and on. For all its functionality and utility, it hasn't freaking moved in 7 years. In my book, that is called a corpse. Counter arguments straight away. First of all, 7 years, going from like 17 cents or something to $2 in the span of 2020 to the top of the bull cycle in 2021. That definitely ain't bad, my honest opinion. But also consider they had the SEC lawsuit going on. And from that perspective, it's two cycles. It's the 2017 cycle in which it did well. And then 2 cycles afterwards. The 2021 cycle where it only did a 10x, but didn't cross its previous all-time high. And now the new cycle where it hasn't really performed yet, but I would argue I'm a pretty fair judge. And when looking at the top list of crypto coins, there's many which are in a pretty similar position. Now, again, an argument can be made that XRP is one of the worst ones, together with Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash, ICP, Filecoin, and Stellar, even the Graph GRT here. But again, if we're just looking at the average number here, most coins, most of these altcoins are still down significantly from their all-time high. There are only a very, very faint few like 𝗕𝗗𝗄 who are so close or have breached their all-time high or rendered it because of AI coins popping off. Most of these are still down. And so I don't think we can judge it just quite yet. And I think here that the problem, let me quickly find the tweets again. The problems that most people are having with XRP right now is basically just a problem of being a bit too early in the cycle. And I like to always show this tweet, which basically showcases, if you kind of zoom out, almost every single almost every few months, there's just another crazy massive spurt in price, then a little bit of a delay, massive spurt in price, delay, massive spurt in price. 2 sides that has. One is that's the same for every cycle. If you look back, almost every cycle, it just goes one echelon up where a new bottom price is made. And so if you consider investing for multiple years, usually it ends up doing pretty well. That's one thing. If we look back at 2020, the base price is what, 17 cents? Look back today, the base price we're going to say is like 45 cents. So let's just say at a 3x or so of what it was at previous time. Cents. I'm not sure if it said X or cents, but you get it. But also on the short term that you really just got to give it a little bit of time for it to pop off. Since Bitcoin right now is in such a good position. And I think that XRP will just follow along with most other altcoins that are in this list. And you can really question yourself. Is there a problem with Ripple's way of doing things? Is it really more of a tech or more of a concept problem? I don't think so, because I kind of believe that whatever made it hot in 2017 can still make it hot yet again. So it's not necessarily that's keeping the price low. And even if it was, there is a counter argument to be made that most of these other cryptocurrencies, even Ethereum, which probably will get denied their ETF because of security reasons, will have to face a lawsuit with the SEC, and we'll see how that goes. Now, there are a couple of options for how that can happen. It could be so that all these other coins are kind of bundled up together, and so they just break down the bull market instead of having its own downtime in a bull market. XRP did really bad when others were doing good because it was facing a lawsuit alone. Anyway, I can go through this report for you guys, but I don't think it's too important because we know the fundamentals for XRP really haven't changed a lot. You can say, oh, but Ripple's selling. Honestly, it ain't that much. Oh, but Ripple's volume, this, that. Doesn't really matter. Projects with very low volume do well. Projects with really high volume, really uptrends do well. Doesn't really matter. Oh, but the progression on the XP ledger, once more, if it was able to get to $3 on hype excitement alone and proof of concept, because almost nothing was there at the time, in 2024, 7 years later, there's a lot that it could do well on, based on the activity throughout the last 7 years. And the fact they've cleared the name with the SEC, so it's not about these new XRP ledger integrations or fundamental changes. It's not about your average cost in transactions either. It's just about that one spark that I think has to happen in the markets for just some of the bigger altcoins to gain that I think a lot of us have been waiting for. Again, remember, Bitcoin into Ethereum / some of the bigger coins, into officially a lot of the bigger coins, into a full-fledged altcoin season. XRP usually falls in the 2 to 3 bracket because usually when Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin, we see almost instantly a lot of the largest of caps altcoins do extremely well. And it says right here, there's also some phase overlap. Right here, money flows into Ethereum, which is happening right now, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. And this is paired with Ethereum versus Bitcoin going down, which it has been for a while. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it at some point though, which could be soon after the ETF gets denied and a little bit afterwards as people sit down again. Then Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin and we hear talks of Ethereum officially flipping Bitcoin. It will happen again, just give it some time. Money is starting to trickle into a lot of other large altcoins though. We see large buy-ups happening, and this is usually the time where almost never you'll see Bitcoin doing better than most coins. And right now, it's still Bitcoin doing better than most coins in the top, let's say 40, right? Then Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic with 30-40% up a day. And regardless of market cap, though, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps, but then all of a sudden, it says the large caps are going full vertical and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, and micro caps tend to pump at the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin, however, is going parabolic. Regardless of fundamentals, memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited and you feel the mania is in the air. And that's usually the phase where you have to start thinking about selling, obviously, but we're not really close to that at all. Yes, the bull market's been going on for a long time, but sometimes these phases and how quickly they work change. I think this time around, the Bitcoin to full-fledged alt season is going to be slightly quicker. Understand though that this time around, if we're talking about where in the cycle we are, we're roughly at pace for Bitcoin to start heading towards newer high levels. $84,000 in a few months here, 2 months, doesn't really seem too crazy, especially because we said usually about a third into the halving is when Bitcoin tops out. When is that? Like a few months from now? Maybe January of 2025, maybe a little bit later in 2025, but somewhere 2025. And usually I think around September or so of 2024 is when it breaches the all-time high, if we look at past cycles. This time we breached it way before, but I said, hey, it wouldn't be too crazy to calm down for a few months to then break through. That's what happened. I'm really excited for the near future though, guys. Let me know if you are still down below. And remember, right now, we're still at a very calm period for altcoins. A lot of them have bled, but soon enough, it's time for us all to go. So if you've been down, understand the market's down a lot. Most people might think, oh, crypto's so amazing. Yeah, but a lot of altcoins are still down a lot. The crazy times have not started. If you're not feeling amazing because you haven't 20x your portfolio yet, just realize we're at some of the starting points. That's about it. If you're looking for a crypto exchange, the one I personally use is called Bybit. There's another one, Deepcoin. I use that a lot as well. Mostly, I think it's for people that can't use Bybit and need to use a VPN to trade. But again, Bybit, links down below, upwards of $30,000 in deposit bonuses, and you get yourself a nice little fee discount. So check it out with the link down below. And I just want to say, I'm really excited about crypto. Every single day I wake up, I'm excited. Don't really care what anybody has to say in terms of something negative. Valid criticism is always good, but I really don't see any world where this doesn't really pop off over the next few months. So yeah, that's about it.